So, meine Lieben, damit geht's los. Musik brauchen wir hier heute nicht, denn heute wird auf ein Video reacted, zumindest zum Anfang jetzt. Da bin ich. Ja, ich sitze hier oberkörperfrei, weil es fucking warm. Und ja, die Streamer- oder Streamsprache heute ist auf Englisch gestellt. Das ist nicht aus Versehen, sondern natürlich alles geplant. Zack. So. Genau, und zwar hat mir der liebe Lollilulu gerade geschrieben, dass Zoe gebufft wird auf dem nächsten Patch. Ich habe jetzt da so halb reingehört bei Auri in seinem Stream, der hat das gerade drauf reacted. Ich könnte jetzt natürlich einfach dieses Sheet von den Buffs mir einfach mal aufrufen. Denke aber, dass es vielleicht ganz interessant ist, einfach, ja, das stattdessen zu einer Reaction zu machen, wo wir einfach zusammen uns Hashinshin angucken, wie er die Patch Notes durchgeht. Wobei ich nicht müsste ich mal gucken. Okay, nee, er hat jetzt anscheinend gar nicht. Ah.
Hey.
Okay, doch. Okay, heute, also vor 8 Stunden hat er das aktuelle hochgeladen. Okay, dann gucken wir da rein. Ja, ich werde das Ganze jetzt einmal in Englisch auch anmoderieren und dann werden wir in Englisch auch die Reaction machen. Erstens, weil natürlich das Video auch auf Englisch ist. Und zweitens, weil ich mir überlegt habe, dass ich als ja, sehr, sehr guter Zoe-Spieler eigentlich, denke ich, vielleicht interessante Insights geben kann. Und von diesen Insights sollen nicht nur die deutschen Leute profitieren können, sondern auch die Leute, die Zoe spielen, die aus anderen Ländern kommen, die Englisch sprechen. Und da gibt es ja so einige, wenn wir an Zoe Sleek denken oder an Zoe LOL oder ja, an so einige Leute aus meinem Chat, die nicht unbedingt nur Deutsch können oder vielleicht sogar nur Englisch oder noch was anderes. Long story short, let's do it. Let's react to the upcoming patch notes. We'll watch Hashinshin, react to them because I don't know. Maybe it gives me a little thing here and there to say something, react, or have like maybe a clashing opinion, opposite opinion of what Hashinshin says. Obviously, the main focus of this patch, for me especially, is the Zoe buffs, which we'll look into very firmly. And yeah, I'm doing this as a little video also for YouTube, and that's also the reason why I'll speak in English, even though I'm German. I want all the English-speaking Zoe mains and Zoe one-tricks to be able to listen to my opinions and maybe get inspired, or yeah, I just know that everybody will come to my stream and ask me, Zoe Nata, what do you think about the new Zoe buffs? And yeah, I just want to give them a little video to watch the full reaction. Anyways, let's go into it. That's very interesting stuff going on here. I didn't see everything in detail yet. The only thing that I pre-watched when I was told by my friend that Zoe is getting buffed, he sent me a link of Agorin, the EU West High Elo Jungler, the streamer. And I went into his stream and heard what he said about the Zoe buffs, but let's see what Hashinshin says, and then I'll give my opinion on the Zoe buffs. Let's go into it.
Hey everybody, so yesterday we went over the patch preview part 1. That was before the actual numbers were there. Now here in part 2 we have the actual numbers. We have stats to put to the changes. We have things we can observe. I don't know.
Yeah, all these like notes where it just says, yeah, this guy gets a buff, this guy gets an adjustment and stuff. It's just no point to react to. I mean, obviously it's hype to get Zoe buffs, but if they say in the end, oh wow, you now have 1 more mana per 500 seconds, that's like, okay, man, sorry.
I don't know if this is a joke or if I'm just describing things, but basically we can now see the patch changes coming out. Now these obviously will not be live for a week. so they won't be live for a week. In addition, many of these changes might not occur.
Yeah, last time when Zoe was actually noted as one of the champion that was supposed to get buffs, they did not go through with them. So I don't know. Maybe this time it will be different. So far, so good. By the way, I have a little bit of tea because I'm a little bit sick. I do have water as well, and I might later on grab one of these 5-Minuten-Terrinen, we call it. How do you call it in English? I don't have a clue actually. Like instant noodles, I guess.
Or might occur at a later date or anything like that. Always remember to look at the actual patch notes. I can see you guys. So many of you guys watch the previews. You don't actually watch the patch notes themselves, do you? No, you do not. And then what do I get? Messages. How come Exchange isn't in the game? You said it was going to be there. And I say, well, it was in the preview, but it wasn't in the live version.
Yeah.
So obviously it didn't hit you. And you didn't watch because you are lazy. This has been a very long introduction. I'm sure you guys are used to my very long introductions. This is not done to make the video.
Is Hashinshin relevant anymore, by the way? I know he was like very popular for a minute because you had such crazy opinions, but I feel like that it's not that exciting anymore for the people. So yeah, but yeah, I like that he has. I just put in lol patch and his video. Yeah, lol patch and his video came up first, so we'll watch him going over the buffs and nerfs.
Video longer. This is just because I'd like to hear the sound of my own voice. I have a pleasurable whatever my voice sounds like. It sounds great to me. So as always, you can put me on a second monitor. You can watch me. I will try to, of course, give you that visual titillation that I know you guys enjoy. But if I can't keep it up for you guys, well, you know, you can just put me in and just listen to me. You don't gotta watch me, okay?
All right.
Cropped out the bottom of the patch preview yesterday, which missed fighter item changes. We're continuing to move Xerath Lux into mid. Fighter item changes add durability to these champions to allow them to soak damage a bit more, rather than one-shot people more. So, of course, these changes include the fighter item changes, buffs, we should call it that, the fighter item buffs, and the adjustments to fighters to try to push them more into building bruiser items and less into building funny one-shot builds. Will it succeed? What will happen in this patch? Well, let's go through it right now. I'm going to be blunt. Yeah, you guys are going to have to wait and see on some of this stuff, okay? So, going top to bottom, Elise is one of the champions being buffed. They're going to give her more damage.
My brother loves to play Elise in ARAM, so good for him.
In her spider form, more healing in her spider form, and...
Okay, so the auto attack damage went up. AP scaling stayed the same. Oh, no, never mind. Wait, what? Oh, yeah. And then the healing went up and the scaling also stays the same. Okay, so like early game buff, right? Yeah.
And that's it. Then she's also going to get more stun duration at rank 5. So Elise will stun you more. This is good because Riot has nerfed all tenacity in the game. So now after I'm stunned by Elise in one shot, I can think to myself, by God, my tenacity from my Sterix gauge is now affecting my dead corpse. So, there you go. Mega Gnar is getting 20 more damage.
Did he just say Mega Gnar?
Mega Gnar.
He's doing it on purpose.
Is getting 20 more damage on Mega Q base damage, and Mega W base damage is going up by 10. Riot has, of course, seen that they missed one. There was one ranged top laner that they did not buff into being horribly overpowered and very, very frustrating.
Poor Hashinshin still calls everything fucking busted and broken. So the Iron players in his chat think, yeah, look at this Hyo player. This Hyo player says the same things as we do, so we are also capable of being high elo, right? Very smart by Hashinshin.
and very, very annoying. There was one
Acting as
that
if
they
he's
hadn't done that
ignorant.
for, so they had to go back and ruin my day by making even Mega Gnar stronger. Lux Mid is, of course, being buffed, I think. I don't really know.
Wait, why? Mana Wreck. Okay, doesn't really need it, but okay. Passive damage. More base damage and more scaling. Okay, so but the passive damage... okay. Q cooldown. Slower later on. And the E damage... oh, is weaker early game? Yeah, okay, so the E... okay, I guess. Okay.
Base mana regen is down. Her passive damage is up.
Doesn't matter, I
Her
guess.
Q cooldown is being changed again. Instead of being 11 flat, it's 11 to 9.
You should still be able to first one-shot the wave with E auto attack, and then later on with E flat.
Her E damage is going down by 5. So I think this is probably a buff. Probably. I mean, she's getting more passive damage. She's getting more Q cooldown, but she's losing a little bit of mana regen.
Oh my god, she loses mana regen. Okay, that's good. Because I feel like she has infinite wave 3, and that's not good for the game.
I'm sure this helps Lux Mid, probably. I mean, it nerfs Lux support, maybe? I'm not really sure. Anyway, there we go. Orianna growth, Orianna health growth is up by 5 more health per level, and then of course more damage, because what is a buff without more damage? Currently, I made this joke on the last patch note. I'll probably go over it when I actually do the patch notes, but do note how many of these buffs are just damage. So Orianna now does more damage with her W. The exact numbers don't matter, you guys just know more damage. Samira, they're intending to give her a health pack. That's what I was gonna do. I was gonna go look. Did they nerf Samira's base health the other day? Because I swear they did, and now I don't remember. Did they nerf Samira's base HP? No, or maybe I'm crazy. Did they? Maybe at some point. I can't remember. Anyway, Samira gets 30 more base health. This is presumably to allow Samira to not die to 30 more HP.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, in some situations it might be great.
I'm a funny guy. Twisted Fate's Q AP ratio is going up because Twisted Fate's AP ratios are miserably bad, and Riot wants Twisted Fate to actually be able to scale. I want Twisted Fate to go away forever and never exist.
Fair.
We seem to be...
I feel like Twisted Fate scaling should be very bad, because he's able to pressure the map so efficiently early on that his game plan should be to just bring the side lanes ahead and then later on maybe assist with like CC and stuff. I don't get why Riot is thinking that giving him actual damage on the abilities is a good idea.
Be at a crossroads because Riot is not...
doesn't make sense with his kit.
...willing to retcon Twisted Fate out of League of Legends. Speaking of champions, I want retconned out of League of Legends. Tryndamere. Tryndamere's attack range is going from 125 to 170.
What? Why?
5. In one of the greatest, oh my god, I can't believe they're actually doing this, changes of all time. Oh my god, I can't believe they're actually doing this. This is really dumb. This is really dumb. This is really dumb. This is actually really, really dumb, right? Why not start at like 150 to like ease him into being able to...
Why not just not make his attack range even further? Do you know when like Tryndamere just crits you and crits you and crits you, and somehow he just doesn't stop attacking you even though you're like not even on the screen anymore?
Auto attack more, but 175, right? You do realize 175 means that Juggernauts can no longer try to poke him, right? This does mean he can now attack across turrets, right? Like, I know in your guys' mind, in like your Riot-y mind, you're thinking like more...
You can attack across turrets now?
More range, more fun. But
no.
Like, this is an...
Running around your turret was like the only counterplay to Tryndamere.
Actually extremely significant buff that will make this champion way stronger than you could possibly imagine. I beg you reconsider this.
Yeah, man.
Maybe to like 150 tops, and even then that's a terrible idea. Do not buff Tryndamere in this way. I assure you, this is a terrible decision, right?
Do anything but hit a tank
Vex
range,
is getting, wow, more damage. That's right, more damage on her Q. She is getting her W
Nice.
cooldown reduced from 20 to 12 to 16 to 12. So her W, which is one of her abilities.
Vex W ability is fucking retarded, man. You press it and it immediately gives you a shield and damages people around you and fears them if you have that up. So, I don't know, man.
I assure you. Her W will have a lower cooldown early game. Her R ping now mentions any champions that are in range of it, which is very important. It is quite frequent that I ping Vex's ultimate to see if any enemy champions are in range. So this is a very important buff.
Hey, Rapfat, how are you?
Zoe's health.
We're doing the reaction on the little patch note rundown in English, and then afterwards we continue streaming in German. I want to make this a little YouTube video and also make this available to every Zoe main, regardless of him being able to speak German or not.
Gen is going up because Zoe was extremely powerful early game. Zoe's E sleep duration is going up because all tenacity in the game has been nerfed.
What do you mean, man? It's the worst feeling when someone gets slept and then you don't even have time to probably queue him. I don't know. I feel like tenacity is fucking crazy. Against Zoe, that is. Because that's like the only spell she has. And if the enemy is just not CC'd by it, it's just cancer. But this doesn't really make any difference, to be honest. Because usually it's... Does the enemy have any spell that immediately cancels the duration of the E sleepy or not? Most of the champion, they just like do Hecarim ult or Fiora parry or Morgana shield or Nocturne. Okay, Nocturne can't shield afterwards, but you get what I mean. Most champion just counterplay the trouble bubble with any kind of spells, so you're not really allowed to hit your crucial spell. Yeah, but now when you hit it, you actually have more time to set up your queue. I don't know if you need that even. But I guess I'll take it.
As I get one shot through my Sterix gauge by Zoe, I will think to myself,
magic resistance reduction. I don't even see the numbers.
aha, but that second bubble will have reduced effect. My dead body will have tenacity. Thank you, Ride. You're always thinking of me.
Right. So magic resistance reduction is now flat 30%. Interesting. So that only means that that in the early game when they stack MMR or like go for like, I don't know, more of a Morsis or something, now you deal a little bit more damage straight up, but I don't know. This is not a big buff to Zoe, I would say.
And then E magic resistance reduction is going from 20 to 30% to 30%. Good. Zoe will have more health regen, more magic pen, and more CC. Thank you, Riot. You are always a joy.
I don't know. As a Zoe main, I feel like these buffs will not affect me personally. I feel like that some low elo Zoe players might be able to use this extra duration of the E to set up the combos a bit easier, but I don't really need the extra 2.25 seconds, to be honest. This doesn't do shit for me. The only purpose this has for me is that I am able to escape from people a bit better. If I just want to run away, so I throw the E on them, and then I want to run away. Now I have a little bit more time to do so. So yeah, we'll see. Way more early game power? I don't think so, to be honest. Because yeah, you have 10% more magic reduction, magic resistance reduction, but no one has MMR early game, right? Magic resistance early game. So I don't know. Except for if they like rush a magic resistance item, which they usually do not. The HP region. With Zoe, I don't really have HP struggle usually. It's usually just like, okay, I'm out of mana, so I have to base. I'm never like, oh, I'm too low to stay, so I don't know. But yeah, we'll see. I'll obviously take the buffs, and I feel like they are not as broken in a way that Riot will then say, okay, let's not do these buffs. So they'll do the buffs, and it will have a little bit of impact, but this will not be game breaking or like when they added the magic resistance reduction at the first time. I knew that this was very, very strong, but now this change on top doesn't do a lot. Last patch, I was like, last time Zoe got buffed, I was like, okay, now if you, I was gold before the buffs. Afterwards, I'll probably be like platinum, because the Zoe buffs were so huge. But this, we'll have to feel a little bit, play a little bit.
You're something. I don't know.
Yeah, that I mean, some people go mercs first, and then some people also go for the Morph with the magic shield and everything. So yeah, sometimes this might be useful. Yeah, and hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully, people just don't even buy magic resistance because it's just so little fun. W max. No. If you're playing support Zoe, maybe, but usually E second is just better because, I mean, you want the cooldown of that ability to be very low, so you can fish for catches in the mid and late game a lot, right? It's actually very important as a spell, so yeah, I don't know.
We'll know what you are, but you're something, right?
I feel like in the mid lane, I mean, it depends. I think it depends. If you are lane focused, I think definitely Q into E. But maybe if that's like, let's say you have a kindred support, kindred jungle, and like blitzcrank support or something, and you know that there's a lot of fights going on, then maybe W second has a little bit of value, because in these fights there's usually a lot of summoners burned, so maybe that will have a little impact. The movement speed you get plus a little extra damage might be useful then, but yeah, I don't know. Usually not. E should be safer still, especially if you think about the fact that you need your E to set up your Q, right? And also to peel yourself against enemies. So if you don't have your E up, you can't step forward. So you really want this shit to be low as fuck. So yeah, I don't know.
Kayn, WAD ratio is down from 1.3 AD to 1.1. This is a significant nerf to red and blue Kayn, and Kayn in general. Kayn can't believe it. But seriously, good nerfs.
I feel like that's a good nerf. I feel like a champion that comes out of a wall and one-shots you, and maybe even has Edge of Night and still has enough damage to one-shot you, should not be in the game.
Let's get more nerfs to jungle in here. Speaking of more nerfs to jungle, Kha'Zix's QAD ratio from 1.15 to 1.1. While not that significant, you have to remember his Q gets bonus damage whenever you are isolated.
Yeah, fuck these assassins,
so
man.
it amplifies its damage.
Fuck all of the junglers that can just build Edge of Night, and then they jump on you, and you're like, ha, I'm Zoe. I cannot E, and then Q and kill you. The only counterplay that I have is try to hit you with the Q, hopefully, so then I only have to hit my E as well to sleep you, but then I don't have any damage left, so then I can only run away and hope that you can't catch up to me, because my E is on a fucking 10 seconds cooldown, and you can just now jump and go invis and speed and just run me down with auto attacks. That's so fun, man. Yeah, Edge of Night is just such a bullshit item, so nerfing these AD assassin junglers, I feel like it's very, very nice for Zoe.
This will be a good, I think it doubles now, right? Doesn't it like double now? So
yeah, Edge of Night against Vayne seems like a very big problem for Vayne.
I mean, it's not like a rather significant. Is it enough? Probably not. Probably not. Kha'Zix is pretty goddamn broken. But, I mean, it does hurt his sustained damage for sure. A little bit, like a tiny bit. I'm going to be honest, a very insignificant amount. Kindred is getting less slow on her E from 50% to 30%. Which is neat, I guess. I mean, I don't really care. Does anyone care? Like, I don't know. She just kind of one-shots you.
I mean, Kindred is very, very strong, but also not that popular at the moment. So, yeah. No, you know, I like the concept of Kindred because it's fun. Kindred has to invade the enemy, and this creates a lot of fights in the river and is generally way more fun than just everybody sits in their lane and AFK farms and scales. So I really like Kindred. So I'm not a fan of Kindred nerf, to be honest. Especially when I'm playing something like the Zoe, where I would love to just join fights. Kindred is usually very, very good in creating these fights, so yeah.
Oh, well. I mean, it's good. I mean,
Me as an AD Assassin's player. I'm sorry for you, but your champion is bullshit. Just deal with it.
means our ganks are weaker? I don't know. Then her E missing health damage is going from 8% flat to 5%. So
I don't like this. I don't like these changes. They can please nerf the low skill champions, but I feel like Kindred is very fun, and if someone is very skilled with her and invades a lot and gets the stacks and such, he should be benefited.
maybe she won't hit like a Renekton early game. I know I keep using that joke, but it keeps being true. Does her damage ever get nerfed? No. Does she ever get balanced? No. She just keeps doing absolutely nutter butter damage. Just absolutely out of control damage. It's absolutely way too much damage.
I feel like View is in a good state, no? But I'm not sure. I like the concept of the champion, but I never played him a lot.
Kindred's problem is she does too much damage. She's too good early, mid, and late game. She's completely broken. Now, lest you think to yourself, hey, Shinshin, you're exaggerating. She's not that broken. No,
She has very good win
she's
rate.
been this broken for so goddamn long. This broken. 53.94% win rate. Lest you believe this is just one patch she's been broken on. Last patch it was 53.63%. The patch before that, it was 53%. It's pretty goddamn clear. Kindred is really, 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 really overpowered.
She is, but still, I would like to have her in my games, in both sides, ally or enemy.
I beg, Riot.
But
Please
yes.
actually nerf Kindred. I don't know who is forcing you to not nerf Kindred, but there has to be a reason that you are not nerfing this champion. And I will, of course, get an independent investigator, and I will find out who has dirt on you, Riot. Who is keeping you from nerfing this champion for real? Neferi is getting nerfed. I'm not going to read all that. Come back to the actual patch notes. I'll read all that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I don't even know what Nefari does. This split, I was like, yeah, I played TFT, man. And also a little side note. The Iron to Master, potential Grandmaster, we'll see, series will start soon. There is the account that I played on a lot now, that is now ready to start the grind to Master. Let me see if this upgrades or updates a little bit, because this is not the current elo. Yeah, this looks better now. So this is where we start, and then this account will try to get to very high elo this split. So yeah, feel free to join that when we start doing that. I'm not sure when exactly it will be, but it will start in the next few days. So yeah, take a little vacation or something, and do not miss the games. Yeah, the games in this elo are very, very fun, I have to say. You see crazy shit every single game, so yeah. Anyways, back to the reaction.
Last time I said I was going to keep the video under 20 minutes. This video, I assure you, this one is going to be under 20 minutes, okay?
just sell the account for 100 euros. The fun thing is, when you play this account to high elo, it's low-key worth less than before. I mean, obviously, if you play it to Grandmaster, then it's not the case anymore. But I could potentially, if I would do such things, sell the account for way more than I could sell it for if it was played to like Plat or Diamond. I think at Master it's like even, right? And then High Master, Grandmaster, then you actually have a positive value. But yeah, I won't sell the account regardless. First of all, it's forbidden, so I would never do it. And second of all, I want to play on the account, right? Anyways,
I assure you, it actually
yeah.
will be. There's no way this gets beyond 20 minutes. Like, there's not that much to go over, right? So Neferi, nerf. I don't care. It's so many changes. Just nerf.
Yeah. It's fun though. I don't know. Every Neferi that I saw was very useless, and then all of a sudden one-shotted. So I don't know.
Zera support nerfed. Base mana regen down, passive unit kill, cooldown restore, W mana cost up. Okay, so if Xerath kills minions, he gets his passive back quicker, but his base mana regen is down and his W mana cost is up.
Okay, now you have you need to last it. So yeah. First of all, Xerath support was nerfed, and also low elo Xeraths that can't last hit were nerfed. So unlucky.
Xerath support seems to be doing quite good.
Okay. Anyways, I think that's it, right? Afterwards, it's just like champ adjustments and like items and stuff, and I don't care about these, so yeah. That's that.